Hello and welcome to my channel, Phoenix Rising Alchemical Tarot. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So tonight I wanted to hop on and address this new moon in Taurus. We have a new moon in Taurus, y'all. So I want to talk about what that means and how we can best be in alignment with these energies and use them to our advantage and work with them so that we're in alignment and in the flow and just really using these energies to our advantage. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards from the Transparent Tarot. Can y'all see that? The Transparent Tarot. The cards are genuinely, legitly transparent. And then I'm going to pull from Starseed Oracle. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I've been challenging myself to come out of my comfort zone and do something every day that challenges my comfort zone. So yesterday I took the train. To Chinatown. It's kind of a long commute. It's a little bit over an hour, but it was an easy commute because it was only one train to get there. So I didn't overwhelm myself by having like a bunch of multiple routes and switches. But it was still, it was out of my comfort zone. Of course, I've taken the train before, but this is the first time that I've taken it by myself. So, and then today I took the bus. So, while I was out though, I found this oracle deck, and how synchronistic is that it's get out of your comfort zone, 60 challenging cards to build a strong, resilient mindset. So I thought, how synchronistic is that I'm challenging myself to get out of my comfort zone and do different things. So I thought that's perfect to share with you guys. So I'll read from that. And then I also found a deck too. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet. We'll see. I might keep it for another day depending on how we're doing for time. But I found another deck, How to Heal Yourself Oracle deck. So I may pull from that. But for sure we're gonna talk, and we're gonna pull some tarot to see what Spirit has to give you guys for advice, and that's pretty much it. So, new moon in Taurus, what does that mean? Okay, Taurus, it's an earth sign. It's very earthy and grounding. Taurus, when I think of, so Taurus is ruled by Venus. When I think of Taurus, I think of the Empress. The Empress is ruled by Venus as well. Libra and Taurus both represent the Empress in tarot. So think beauty, sensual, creature comforts, material comforts. Their earth signs are very much so grounded in the material. So think all the things that make you comfortable and have to do with your actual, it's a great time to honor your mind, body, and spirit. So I wrote down a couple of actionable things that you can do in order to do that. One thing would include taking a really nice bath, a luxurious bath. I wrote a couple of things down. I don't want to forget anything. One thing you could do though is take a luxurious, I can't even say it, luxurious bath. So add some Epsom salts, some essential oils, rose petals, flower petals of any kind, really. My pimple. You can light candles and incense. Some of the earthier earthier scents that you can use or tap into are sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, warm and cozy scents. So amber, I said cedarwood, rose, vanilla, vetiver. I don't even know what vetiver smells like. I know I've smelled it before, but I can't think at the moment what it smells like. I think it may be kind of a stronger, maybe musky scent. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But those are some of the scents you can use. Some of the essential oils, maybe lavender. Lavender is very relaxing, but also rose oil. Think things that are kind of romantic and soft and loving. Something to really show yourself. I'm always talking about self-love, y'all, and the Nine of Pentacles. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. So I'm sharing it with y'all. I'm practicing what I preach. So if I had a bathtub, I only have a shower. If I had a bathtub, though, I would surely be doing that. So those are some things you can do with the bath, having a luxurious bath. You can consciously go through every area of your body, how you maybe exfoliate and do an energy cleanse as you're going through each section of your body. And then also some things you can do to honor or ground yourself, since it is a very grounding energy. I know it's nighttime right now, it's dark, but maybe during the day you can actually get out in nature and put your bare feet to grass or sand or dirt, whatever, something earthy, whatever you have. Sand, if you're lucky enough to have a beachfront, cool, do it. But really, you could just put your feet, ground yourself by actually putting your feet into the earth, on earth, and feel those electrons. All right, y'all, we're gonna get through this video. We were cut off. I was planning on not having to edit, but here we go. Here we go. My phone just keeps cutting out because I have limited storage space. So anyway, we're going to try to get through this. I think we left off at some grounding techniques, but and getting your feet into the wild or into some dirt. Some other things you can do, though, to honor this Taurian energy is move your body, slow dance. Nothing too strenuous. It's really kind of low key type energy. Slow dancing by yourself. I slow dance by myself all the time, almost every day. Every day I'm dancing, even if it's by myself. So don't be afraid to dance like nobody's watching, even though you got a whole team of guides watching. So there's that light stretching or light yoga with mainly just stretching your body and moving. Again, think low key, not so strenuous, but ways that you are still honoring your mind, body, and your spirit. Some foods to eat. Now, this is a great time to, I'm not saying splurge and, eat all the cookies in the cookie jar, but, Taurians are notorious for being known as loving to eat. It is a good time to have some of those favorite things that you like in grounding foods, rich, dark chocolate. Again, it's nighttime right now, but during the day, if you drink coffee's very grounding. I'm more of a matcha girl now, but I still enjoy the occasional coffee. I still love coffee periodically, but coffee and maybe even dark chocolate in your coffee. Honey is very high vibrational, but it's one of those things that's kind of sensuous and good for your senses. Bread, good bread, baguette, baguette. So some creature comfort foods. I try to steer away from things that are a little bit too heavy. I quit eating beef like maybe, I think it's going on 2 years now. I haven't kept track of how long ago I stopped, but I no longer eat beef. Beef is the densest meat of them all. And then I rarely, well, I won't say rarely, but I eat meat in general a lot less. And maybe just a couple times a week, if that. But when I do eat it, it's usually some fish or turkey and chicken. So some crystals that you can use that are perfect for this energy. Again, crystals that are associated with abundance, like the Empress and Venus. So think green crystals like green aventurine, jade, moss agate. What else? Did I write any other ones down? Oh, rose quartz, emerald, even. Amazonite. Look at my Amazonite. This is good. This is actually light blue though. This isn't exactly green, but there are shades of green. Amazonite. Those are all great crystals to help aid you in cultivating whatever energies you want to cultivate. That'll help ground you during this time. Also grounding crystals too, like think some of the more red or darker crystals like red jasper, carnelian, what else? Those are the two that are mainly coming to mind. You can also even do some other grounding, darker crystals too, darker stones that help absorb negativity, like black tourmaline, black onyx, smoky quartz, hematite. Any of those are also not only grounding but good for absorbing and negative energy or deflecting negative energy. So those are some things. Also, that's pretty much it as far as some of the physical things you can do. So for the sake of time, I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you guys and see what messages come through from Spirit to inspire, give you advice, help aid you in any way. So we're going to pull from, again, the Transparent Tarot. Look at this deck, y'all. I'm still getting used to it. All right, y'all. I got interrupted again. I'm sorry. I have to keep deleting stuff, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Where we left off, though, we are getting ready to get into our tarot. Look at these cards. They're transparent. Look at that. You can hardly see it. Okay, so I'm still getting used to them, but they're really cool because when they're stacked against each other, it kind of tells another story. So I like how the cards speak to me in a different way that another deck probably wouldn't. It's just another perspective. Let's see what comes out. Thank you, Spirit. What advice do you have for the collective? What advice? Good. Cards. All right, we have our 3. I don't want to pull too many. At the bottom of the deck. Is it the King of Wands? Okay. All right, so what came out? And it's still hard for me. Ooh, no. What y'all got going on? What y'all got going on with this 9 of Swords here? So these are all the cards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards came out for you guys. I know you can't see them. It's either me or the cards. Okay, so you can kind of see that a little bit. These are 5 cards stacked against each other, and you can kind of tells a story how it lines up. So I'll spare you. I'll spare you, but the first card that came out was the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords has to do with, it's kind of like the nightmare card. It's where you're up in your head so much. You're literally up at night, not able to sleep because your thoughts are occupying your mind a little too much. So, and we'll get into that. Let's see what else came out though. Also, there's interesting because it doesn't say what the card is. It has like, I'm still deciphering. There's identifying factors, but it's not readily available unless you know the cards. It doesn't say what it is. So 12 though has to do with the Hangman. Yeah, so 12 came out. The Hangman, the Nine of Swords. So far the Hangman is our only major arcana. The Six of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands came out for the collective last reading, which has to do with a heavy burden. And then the King of Wands. Okay, so we've got one major arcana out, which is the Hangman. The Hangman is about being in an animated state of suspension, deliberately. It's like a self-imposed state of suspension, and it's kind of staying still in order to gain another perspective on something. So some of you may be contemplating or trying to get another perspective on something, on a problem, or pondering. It's kind of like pondering. And with the Nine of Swords, it's really being up in your head and maybe needing to take a step back and get another perspective, and not take any actions until you're 100% sure of something, until you have clarity. So it may just be a good time to chill and feel this Taurian energy. We also got the Six of Pentacles here, which has to do with balance and reciprocity, and this has been a huge theme. I believe that the Six of Pentacles came up in the last reading too, which would make sense because it's about balance and stability and reciprocity, which is in alignment with don't you dare Libra. I said I'm so done. I'm so sick of talking about the moon in Libra and the full moon in Libra that just happened. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. But it makes sense, Libra is about balance and stability, so it makes sense that this would come out again. And then the King of Wands. The King of Wands is being stable in your sovereignty, being knowing who you are, what you want, and what you're doing, and being passionate too as well. So what else do we have here? Which is interesting because we also have the Emperor here. I couldn't tell what that was just looking at it. You can't tell either. You're like, stop showing me these blank cards, these see-through blank cards. So the Emperor at the bottom of the bottom of the deck is also the King of Wands. Is also the King of Wands, Aries energy. So, and we're just coming out of Aries season, so we still have some of that lingering energy, that fiery drive, that creative, passionate energy still about working about, but it, you know, it's now being combined with a more grounded energy. So it's grounding that fire with earth energy. And let's see how this looks though. This Ten of Wands, y'all, it looks like y'all are really I don't know if you could see that, but there's the Ten of Wands. It looks like a big heavy burden, bunch of wands on this person's back, breaking them down. And then the King of Wands is here. It's kind of like rising above that. And you've turned all those 10 heavy wands into one strong big raw wand and rising above it. So, and it looks like over everything, even with, you know, the Nine of Swords, it's like this King of Wands here is emanating from all of that. It's like coming out of that brain fog and that mental trap. Swords are all about, well, it's air, but it's also all about mental stuff. The wands are about passion. Pentacles about material, earthly things. So we have two major arcana actually, which is about balance, decisions, change. We have the Emperor and the Hangman. So needing to get a new perspective and kind of hanging tight until you know what your next moves are. That's what the tarot is saying. Let's see what our oracle is saying and what you can do. What are some ways you can challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone and expand your mind and your horizons and your possibilities and opportunities. So that was our tarot. I think I'll pull from our Starseed Oracle first though. And see what messages are here. If any. Spirit always has something to say. If any. What am I talking about? Notice I don't have my microphone this time, y'all. This was a deliberate, conscious choice this time, especially since I was such a microphone menace the last episode. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective, for the highest good of all? There's one. Anything else? Thank you. Anything else? All right. So we've got Inner Earth. Inner Earth came up for you guys in a previous reading in another deck, not the same deck. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. You'll survive this. Wow. Is it tumultuous? Is it a tumultuous time? All right, this is in alphabetical order. Let's see what we got here. HIJKL. Let's go back. All right, Inner Earth. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, so Inner Earth, it says, Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, is believed to be a hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that some of the beings of ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Aravarta, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the secret mystical city Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. Many have searched for inner earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive, supporting outcomes to your problems and situations, resolutions that are in the best interests of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there is a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Soon you'll see that the whole new worlds of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so you can receive them. Starseed Soul Inquiry. What can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? And we're going to ask this other deck, get out of your comfort zone, that in just a second. But interesting that this came out because it's perfectly aligned with what we were just talking about. So it's in total alignment with the message of our reading, and really getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new in order to increase your possibilities and opportunities. You never know what's going to come to you when you do that. For example, me getting out in the wild and putting feet to pavement is not only does it help me, it's kind of like it has a hangman effect. You get another perception of reality or something. So that's great. Also, what's at the bottom of the deck is called. These cards are all new to me. I don't know any of them, so I'm going to read them for you. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Ooh. All right, what's this mean? Called. I know one thing with these transformations, they're happening for a reason, but it's also to call forefront. You know, that if you've heard the saying, you know, many are called, but few answer. It's something like that. It's like you're being called. Are you gonna answer? Are you gonna pick up are you gonna answer the call? We're needed. We're needed for the support of our earth, for our collective, for taking back our power and our energy and our consciousness, and, you know, being more in harmony with ourselves and with nature and the planet. So, you know, earth is a living and breathing being. So we're just inhabitants on her, and if we can be in perfect harmony, with her and the energies of her, it's better for all of us and the collective. So anyway, let me see what this says before we get cut off again. Okay, you came to. Let's see if you can see that. I like to hold the cards up because often when you could see the cards, you can get your own intuitive downloads. Sometimes, at least for me and for our visual viewers, or people who are sensitive, can get their own intuitive downloads. You came to Earth with a double mission: to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you toward, for it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some of you may already be aware of, others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission and share your soul's gifts. If you're being called toward a creative project or a passion or an adventure, This card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. You're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap and consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. Starseed activation. Place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all now, without hesitation or fear. I fully commit to being here now. I'm ready to step into my soul's highest and most potent calling. I've been training for this for lifetimes. And again, that's this hits personally too. You know, I'm part of this collective as well, and that's part of the whole, well, not the whole, but part of why I choose to challenge myself to come out of my comfort zone and do things differently, and push myself to grow and learn. But this specifically has to do with remembering not only your origins, your divine origins, but your soul's path and your mission, why you came here, why you chose to incarnate here at this time. We're getting a lot of downloads, intuitive downloads right now, and activations, and people are coming online. And not only that, but as a collective, we're waking up and we're remembering, and being open. Not even if we're not privy or completely aware of how and what. And you don't need to. You don't have to know everything. We're not supposed to know everything, but it is wise to get curious and to not just believe everything that you've been taught and told, because you're programmed. It's a lie. So you should really start. I hate that. If you were to accept this guidance, which I assume that you are, if you're here listening to me, you choose to accept this guidance or not, it would be wise to start getting curious and asking more questions and going down rabbit holes and looking into what some of these truths are. This inner earth card that we pulled earlier, I know that to be true. This is talking like, is it true? Could it be true? But I personally know it to be true. I know that there's a whole system, a whole network underground that goes so many levels deep. But and for anybody curious about that or interested in learning more about that, there's a great show on Gaia, the Gaia Network. There's so many great shows on the Gaia Network. If you're not familiar with it, I would recommend checking it out. But one show in particular that'll blow your mind is called Cosmic Disclosure, and it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. That's all I'm gonna say. Check it out. That's from our Starseed Oracle. Curious though, or coincidentally, there are no coincidences, but interesting enough, it's in total alignment with getting out of your comfort zone, trying something new. So with that being said, I'm going to pull from our Get Out of Your Comfort Zone deck, see what comes out. Again, I just got this deck today out in the wild, challenging my own self, so I don't know what to expect from this deck. I could see right off the bat that they're color-coded. I'm assuming each different color has something different, a different category. So just looking right off the bat, there's a creative category, a physical category, one that challenges your skills, one that challenges your courage. Let's see what comes out. Thank you, Spirit. What advice can we give the collective for the highest good of all? How could they challenge themselves to come out of their comfort zones? All right, y'all, we got cut off again. Let's hurry up and finish because my phone is opposing this message, and it keeps cutting off. So this is what came out. How appropriate is that? Discomfort. Don't mind my pimple patch here. It looks like, I keep seeing it, and it looks like skin, but it's a pimple patch. It's a star. Okay, so what does this mean? Not everything in life is going to be comfortable, so embrace this with a positive attitude. Get comfortable with discomfort. This is an earworm challenge. Listen to a song that you hate on repeat for 1 hour. I cannot see the benefit to this, but let's see what it says. Listen to a song that you hate on repeat for an hour? Why? Difficulty, hard. Okay, so it says why. This is all about staying in control of your mind during mental discomfort. There's nothing like a bit of self-induced stress exposure to put your mental resilience to the test. As masochistic as the challenge seems, try to frame it as an opportunity to test out your patience and character. If you can get through this, you're well on your way to becoming a Zen master. This is funny to me because I got my hair done. This weekend, and yesterday. Yes. So, and as I'm at the salon now, it's one of these salons. It's a big, huge salon, but they have suites inside of a really big building, and I'm in Chicago. So anyway, everyone has their own individual suite, and there's music. People play their music in there, and they'll have their door open or whatever. Well, I'm at the hair washing station. They're gonna wash my hair, and there's music emanating from one of the rooms that's so loud and so obnoxious, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like a total dissonance to the senses. It's like it's like a discord, not dissonance. It's like a discord, a disruptive sound to your actual senses. And me, I usually, I'm listening to solfeggio frequencies. I'm listening to songs in Mandarin. I'm listening to songs in Korean. I'm listening to songs that are, PG, and not just PG, but pleasant to the ear and to the body, that, don't make you feel like you're jumping out of your skin. It's higher vibrational music. Anyway, I had to endure it though for like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, however long. It seemed longer while I was in it, but I found myself like trying to consciously make an effort to not absorb the sound. Like I had mental barrier, physical barrier, because the body's made up of 80% water, so we're feeling these vibrations, and it's not a very good frequency. It's not good for your body. It won't hurt you though. So I mean, test your resilience, do the challenge. And if you do the challenge, come back and let me know in the comments what you did, what you listened to, how long you lasted, and what techniques you used to get through it. And it can help others too. So I'm curious. It also says how. Okay, so it has categories. I'll show it to you. You could see it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. So there's categories. Why, how. It has the difficulty level. And then how you can make it harder. Why would you want to do it? I don't know. Okay, but how. It says pick a song that drives you absolutely nuts and play it on repeat. Headphones work best for ensuring that this experience is immersive. Need a suggestion? How about Baby Shark? I don't even know what song that is. I've never heard of it. 444 on the timer. Harder, try listening to the song for longer than 2 hours. 3 hours? 4 hours? Absolutely not. I will not. But, fun, I guess. Try it. See what happens. See how you can exercise that muscle of, you know, things you can't, maybe not, you can't control. There's plenty of times where you're actually in situations where you have no control over the music, or you have no control over the situation in general. There's been plenty of Uber rides that I've been in where they just don't care. They'll play whatever they want. And granted, it's their car, sure. Play whatever you want, it's your car. But man, some of the music I've heard in Uber rides, it's the same deal. It's like a test of endurance. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna pull for you guys today. I hope this message finds you well, happy, and rising. Keep that frequency up. Stay strong and let that light in. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all. Love you, and come back for more.